Hi, I'm Rosie Stanko, and I'd like to welcome you to this evening's edition of In the New Age. My guest this evening is Kathy Fisher. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Rosie.
And I've asked Kathy to come, and Kathy channels a being, I guess. We always kind of hesitate over that word, but it's called Creatious. And so I'd like to start. It's been a while since you've been on the show, so I'm not sure if people are familiar with you. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about who and what is Creatious and how did Creatious come in to your life?
Okay. Now it's about 26, 27 years ago, I was attending a lot of past life regression workshops with the Learning Exchange in Hartford with Norton Berkowitz. And during the process, one of the things he does is take you back into your earliest past life. And in doing that, suddenly I found myself in this huge space and began talking. And from there, Norton and I continued to investigate it. And what we eventually discovered with the help of a few other people in the New Age community was that this was really, what I was really doing was channeling. And since then, I've done workshops, as you know, and done presentations with Creatious speaking and answering questions. And Creatious describes himself or herself not as so much as an entity or a person or anything like that, but rather as the voice of all being. So when I say being, I'm talking about all the energy that is. He'll say that I am all that is, and he's simply a voice of that energy. So it's fascinating. There's a lot of contradictory information that we get that's very different than what you might find with other channels. But if you get down to the basic core of the information, it's the same. It's just that the presentation of it, the explanation is a bit different. So.
Okay. Well, we have half hour, so without any
We'll
further
jump in.
ado,
Okay, all right.
I'd like to bring Creatious in. Not that I wouldn't want to spend time with you,
Sure.
Kathy, but
No, that's fine. See you later. Okay. Rosie, it is so good to be with you again.
Yes, it's
And
been
we
a
have-
long time.
Indeed, we have much to catch up on.
We do.
So what I would say to you is, first and foremost, that we are in a time of significant change. Kathy's son has started using the word epic, and any younger people will perhaps gravitate to that term. But we are in a time of significant change for all of being. And when I speak of being, I speak of all that is, not only you and I, of all spiritual energy, but also of those things that are both seen and unseen. So I speak of things such as the floor that we stand upon, the air that we breathe, the very things that surround us, but also those things of which we are completely unaware, of different planes and dimensions that occupy our space with us. Because in doing so, we are all. We are infinite, not only in our breadth, but also in our wisdom, in our power, in our strength. And as we recognize these things, our efforts can become limitless. Our intentions can become limitless. And this is a great gift. Once we understand this and draw this to ourselves and allow our awareness to go to that place. So what I would say to you right now, however, is that this great sea of energy is in flux. It is changing. It is rebalancing itself. Just as the weather changes here for you, so does the energy that is both us and surrounds us changes in its intensity and in its patterns. Think of the ocean with its currents and its waves. So it is with being. And so as these changes are taking place, they're becoming more and more intense because the shift is greater. We have grown farther out of balance because different aspects of being, not only mankind, but all aspects of being, there are different stressors, different emphasis, different focus that pulls us in one direction or another. So within your parameters, your earth, your universe, you are seeing serious change, huh? Yes? We are seeing changes in weather. We are seeing geological and tectonic changes to your Earth. We are seeing meteorological changes in your climate. We are seeing changes in the very essence of humankind. We are feeling stresses that we may not have felt before, and we cannot identify their source. But it is because of this greater vibrational change that we are sensing this.
One thing I was thinking about in these changes, is something happening to time, too? Is time, as we knew it or as we know it, it seems to be speeding up. And there has been, I've read various things from various places that indicate that it truly is speeding up. It isn't just that we're getting older and time feels like it's moving faster. It really is sort of in that continuum moving at a faster rate. Can you speak to that?
Indeed. Let me approach this from two different directions. First of all, within being, there is no such thing as time, right?
Okay.
All things happen simultaneously. Think of it this way, and this is my best way to explain it to you. If you were to take yourself into a far distant galaxy, and I were to say to you, what time is it, Rosie? You would say, well, what time where? And even if you were circling your globe, yes? And I were to say to you, Rosie, what time is it? You would have to ask me where, yes? Because time is defined by the location of your star, the sun, yes? And it is defined by your location as it matches that sun, yes? The best way to think of time is to say it's now. To market a watch, that when you look at the watch, reads only now, because that is the time. It is now. It is nothing else. All time is simultaneous. All time is now.
And so are we more aware of being in that place of now, that it gives us a sense that things are sort of moving faster and happening faster?
If you, let us picture for a moment a whirlpool, yes? And if you were to look into that whirlpool, as you're looking at it, is in that moment of now, yes? The outer circle of the whirlpool is moving more slowly, is it not, than the inner circle, than the core of the whirlpool. So it is with time. So as you find yourself at the center of events, it appears that time is moving more quickly because you are in the center of that movement. It is similar, and we have spoken of this many times, because humankind tends to see time as a straight line. It is linear to you. There was yesterday, there is today, and there is tomorrow, yes? If you think of it as a river, and at one point the river was moving slowly and gradually with wide banks, and the river could just meander along. And then as the banks narrow, and as the channel deepens, that river moves more quickly. And if we place a waterfall that we have spoken of before, or the cascade, at the end of that river, moving to another level of existence or another place, as we approach that, the river moves more quickly, does it not? So think of time in that aspect. It is simply, it is all now, it is all happening, and the best that we can do is ride with it. Don't fight against it, but allow that which is to occur to occur.
So when you talk about it in that analogy of a river and it's speeding up as you hit that waterfall or you are in that cascade place, have we hit the waterfall yet?
Indeed. Indeed we have.
And so we are cascading.
We are in the cascade, yes.